Trippie Redd is one of the most hated artists right now, but why? To answer that question, we gotta go all the way back to when it all started. He first came in the game. I don't know if a lot of people remember, but I know I remember because I used to listen to Trippie heavy back in like 2017. So when he first blew up, the first thing everybody said about Tripp was he sound just like Uzi. And at the time I was so lost. I was like, bro, Trippie do not sound like Uzi. And to this day, I still don't think Trippie sound like Uzi. So I don't even know why people came up with that comparison. But for you to be getting compared to another artist as soon as you get in the game, it's not good. And that right there really set a trend in Trippie's career, him getting compared a lot. And it was like not even a full year after he started getting all these comparisons to Uzi, something else happened that had people looking at bro crazy. X died. And I know y'all remember that whole X and Trippie era where they dropped one of, if not the biggest song on SoundCloud, and they was real good friends, always together, always taking pictures. You know, they was locked in, like they were real cool. Around the time X passed away, you know, months leading up to it, X and Trippie started beefing. I remember this because I was on the live. Trippie was live, and out of nowhere, this nigga Trippie Redd was just like, I can't remember exactly. He was like, X or woman beater or something crazy like that, and that started a whole beef between them.
X the same type of nigga. X too, he a bitch too. That nigga, he stole Ski Mask style, he stole my style, he just collided with his like all these bro.
Like during the time leading up to X's death, Trippie just kept talking about him. And when X passed, Trippie got on social media and was like, bro, that's my brother. I can't believe my brother died. Rest in peace, my brother. And you know what came with that. Everybody was calling him corny. Everybody was calling him fake. Everybody was like, bro, you a snake. What are you talking about? How y'all was just beefing? Now y'all cool. Now he your brother, but you were just calling him a woman beater. Like, you feel me? And like before, this set a trend in Trippie's career. Everybody looked at him like a cornball, even though he was just paying respect. You know how the internet is. And you know the thing about fame is that what the people think about you is really all that matters. When people looked at Trippie crazy, it tainted his name. But you probably thinking I'm missing something about 2018. I mean, it was 2018 for Trippie Redd. In the months leading up to this whole X situation, y'all know the infamous Trippie Redd versus 6ix9ine beef. Man, that was probably one of the craziest beef runs in hip hop ever. But they started beefing. They was always going back and forth. But it was something different about this situation. 6ix9ine was a million times bigger than Trippie Redd. Even though honestly Trippie Redd got better music, 6ix9ine was the bigger artist, had more eyes on him. Whenever he said something, people ran with it. So anytime 6ix9ine would say something about Trippie, all the meme pages going right with it, all the Instagram comments going right with it. So 6ix9ine says something, everybody just going along with it, making Trippie look worse. And then to add that X situation on top of it, made Trippie look even crazier. And look, even though in 2018, I think Trippie dropped his best project, Love Letter to You 3, it didn't really stop the hate. It might have suppressed it for a little bit, but Trippie messed up in 2019. 2019 was a rough year for Trippie, man. At the start of the year, he ain't dropped no music, right? And it was like the hate was still there, but it wasn't as bad. People was just kind of not thinking about Trippie. He wasn't really dropping no music or nothing. He was staying out the scene until he dropped the album, ! That album hurt Trippie's career so bad. The album came out, the world thought it was dog shit. Niggas did not like that album. A lot of people still say that's Trippie's worst album of all time. Niggas was hating so much. That really put Trippie in a bad spot. And to make it all worse, right? So when this album came out, it had a Cardi feature, right? And everybody on the internet was saying, that's the best song on the album. Everybody said the song with Cardi was the best song on the album, best verse on the album. They said Cardi had the best verse on the album, better than anything Trippie did on that project. And before the first week of the album was up, the Cardi song, for some reason, got took off the album. And you know what the internet do best? Came up with shit like I done said in plenty of my other videos. So when that song got took off the album, everybody was like, oh, Trippie jealous. He jealous that Cardi had the best verse on the album. He was like, he jealous Cardi got the best song on the album. And so Trippie got mad and took it off. And that's what a lot of people believe to this day. And I don't think that's true. I don't think Trippie Redd would take the best selling song on his album off. The song that's bringing you the most streams, the most sales, you gonna take that off because you jealous? And like, be realistic. Do it make sense for Trippie to take the best selling song off his album? So you cutting your money down because you mad a nigga got a verse better than you? I don't think that's what happened, but that's what the world thinks happened. and once again made people look at him like a cornball, and that just brought more disrespect to his name. After what the world thinks is his worst album in the beginning of 2020, he put himself in something he ain't have no business being in. So y'all remember when 2020 first came along and goddamn Corvette, y'all remember that? Pop Hunter, the nigga that made that Corvette song, when he first blew up, everybody really thought he was next up. Like, he had a Uzi feature, he had a project he just came out with. Soon after releasing that project with Uzi and Tusi on it, it came out that he snitched when he was 14 years old, and that changed everything for him. That literally changed the whole trajectory of his career. After the paperwork came out, Uzi was talking to bro and was like, I don't want to be in your album, you gotta take me off. So he took the Uzi song off, but the song that didn't get took off was the Tusi feature. Basically, Tusi was like, I don't care about him snitching. That's not my business, nigga. All I was trying to do was make some money. He paid me for this feature. I hopped on the song. That's all Tusi said. But for some reason, Trippie Redd decided to DM Tusi talking about you made a song with a snitch. You know you cool with a rat. You made this song with a rat. And Tusi was basically like, nigga, I don't care. Like, this not your business. Like, why are you putting yourself in my business? Stay over there. Do what you do. And once again, like I said at the start of the video, that cornball shit became a trend. After that came out, everybody was calling Trippie a cornball again, and myself, even though I think a lot of the hate Trippie gets undeserved, that shit was deserved. Why are you putting yourself in another grown man business? That was really some cringe cornball shit. I swear to God, that was so corny. Then I think it's just more than him just being corny to people. His music different. He don't make like generic rap music. You know, he always had the little rock aesthetic. He always brought the rock in his music, and I hate to admit it, but the rap community do not like change. If you do something different, you getting hated on. Being honest, y'all know that's how the rap game goes. And when his music sounding different, people gonna look at his sales different. And the thing with Trippie and his albums, the sales always be random. Like, one album he'll sell 100K, next album he'll sell 60K, next album he'll sell 85K, next album he'll sell 50K. It's always so random with Trippie albums. You can't expect a certain amount of sales from Trippie, but that don't matter in the rap game, bro. They gonna clown you. That's one thing a rapper will get picked on about, they album sales. But I think the treatment Trippie get is way worse than what these other rappers get. If Trippie sell low on the album, the whole internet is clowning him. But if another rapper sell low, the internet might clown him a little bit, but not as bad as Trippie. Like, when he dropped his 2020 album Pegasus and it sold 60K, niggas clowned him so bad, even though the last album he dropped sold 100K plus and went #1. Like, bro, it just keep getting worse, man. All throughout 2022, the clone comments came back, but this time it wasn't about Uzi. It was about his partner, Cardi. I'm not gonna lie, I'm being completely honest. Around this time, Trippie definitely was looking just like Cardi, but one way he wasn't like Cardi was this concert right here. This concert right here was for his newest album that I'm gonna talk about in a second. So basically, Trippie came out at this show. They said he was 3 hours late, and when he got on stage, he didn't have no stage presence. It was just dead. It was boring. Niggas was like really booing him, talking about like they want their money back. When Trippie Redd first announced his newest album, Mansion Music, right? He set himself up to get clowned. This nigga Trippie Redd dropped a 25-song album, and every single song had a feature except 2. The album had that many songs and that many features, right? If the album sold 100K plus, he would get clowned, and people would say he only sold that much because of the features. And if it do bad, which it look like it's finna do, it's look like it's finna sell 50K with features from deadass the entire industry, he was gonna get clowned. It was a lose-lose situation. No matter what Trippie did in that situation, he was gonna lose. He was gonna get clowned regardless. And to make it worse, the album is 25 songs. I wish rappers would stop doing that. Summers just announced the album that he most likely not dropping Friday that got 25 songs on it. Why is y'all dropping that many songs? That's way too many, and it's gonna make niggas not want to listen to it. Like, bro, I swear to God, the other day I was in the car with my cousin. I'm playing the Trippie album. He like, I ain't even listen to it yet. I'm like, bro, why? I'm like, bro, the album hard. Why you ain't listen to it yet? Bro said, I swear, this nigga said the album too long. He looked at that album and said, hell no, he did not want to listen to it. Too many songs. Y'all niggas just putting niggas off with these long ass albums. And it's not the first time I done said this. I said this in a previous video. Personally, I don't think the album was bad, but most of the internet clowned Tripp for it, which was gonna happen regardless. And even though Trippie done did a lot that deserved and didn't deserve backlash, I think he is overhated. Trippie done did a lot for the rap game. He got one of the biggest songs of all time. Literally, a lot of people don't respect him for that. They don't respect him as being one of the SoundCloud goats. He don't get treated how Uzi and Carter get treated, which I can understand. He hasn't done like as much as them, but still, I think he deserves some respect, and I do think he getting a little too much hate. What if his career was different though? Like my last video, what would King Von's life be like if he was still alive?